What's going on, everyone? So today I had planned a challenge and a DNA show, but that fell through. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about a show that I'm going to be debuting called 72 Hours on my channel. And what that is basically all the crime that happens in my area over a 72-hour period. I'm going to make it into a show and let everyone know what's going on, and just for me to talk about. I thought it'd be something kind of new, kind of different, kind of cool. Just, it'll help me to keep track of what's really going on. I mean, I hear what's going on all the time, but a lot of times around here it's kept quiet. And what they've also done around here is they had all police radios go silent, which means we don't get to know what's going on in the area anymore unless you do some digging. So all this information, all the crimes I'm getting is from a website called Rockford Scanner, and those guys do an awesome job. They're everywhere when something goes down. They just happen to be there. So I hope everyone enjoys this. It's something different. It's like I said, it's new. I plan on doing this every week, once a week, every 72 hours. So yeah, get ready. This town I live in is crazy, and I'm sure you guys out there have some pretty gnarly stuff too, and I'd like to hear that too. So leave them down in the comments what's been happening in your area. So I hope you guys like it. It's something I've been contemplating for a while to do. I just wanted to figure out a way to go about it, so why not? It's something to put out there too every 72 hours, so I hope you guys enjoy it. What's going on, everyone? Adam here, and today is the start of a new segment I'm going to start doing called 72 Hours. And what that is I'm going to go over pretty much all the crime that happens in this area over every 72 hours. And just to give you guys kind of a idea of what's going on in my area. If I also hear something going on, nationally, I'll, bring that up too if I feel like it's important enough. But this is just basically local news that's going on, and more towards crime. It gets really scary around here at times, and you'll see some of the statistics, I guess you can say, over a 72-hour period of everything that's happened. So with that being said, I would really like to hear some of your guys' stories too from where you're from down in the comments. So you're always welcome to leave those down there. And again, this is just something I thought would be kind of cool and new, different to try. And it's always going to guarantee me content to come out at least once a week. So that's good. I mean, not for my area and people in it, but it's good for me to be able to put something out there continuously. And because of the challenges that I had lined up today and everything else that fell through, so I was like, all right, well, I guess this will be a good time to debut this that I've been pondering on for several months now. And I've gotten some good feedback about it, so I figured, why not? Let's give it a shot, right? So with that being said, let's jump into the 72 hours. So I'm going to give you guys a couple definitions here. Medical assist. I got it up here I'm looking at to help me remember. So if you keep me looking up there a lot, that's why I'm looking up to what I have written down. Medical assists, the police will use that around here and probably on any scanner. That's just their code that they're going to use. Medical assist can mean pretty much just murders or shootings. IPP, which is in progress person, that covers anything that has anything to do with shootings, robberies, stabbings, kidnappings, and murders. So over the past 72 hours here, there has been 53 medical assist calls. Let that sink in. 53. And those are shootings or murders. It's pretty bad around here. We are a suburb outside of Chicago, where I'm probably about an hour or so away from there. And a lot of the gangs and everybody comes from there, and they come here. And it's just been getting worse and worse every year. Last year, that happened quite a lot, but you wouldn't hear about it like every day like you do now. And every day there's at least one murder, maybe 2 a day. A lot of them are also, I believe, overdoses. Because if there's not somebody getting shot or killed here, they're all overdoses. And you always hear about them in the McDonald's bathroom or a gas station or just anywhere. Mainly McDonald's. I see at least 3 a day of overdosings, and it's usually heroin. And I can't tell you the mortality rate of those. Yeah, it's bad. Heroin is a big issue out here when it comes to drug of choice for people, it seems like. So, 53 medical assist calls. 13 in progress person. Again, that means shootings, robberies, stabbings, kidnappings, and murders. Within the last, I'll say, 8 to 10 months, I've seen kidnappings go up a lot. I went to school with someone who was convicted of kidnapping and murder. I won't say his name, nothing like that, but he kidnapped his wife, and I believe the person she was cheating on him with, he was either cheating on him or they had separated and he was just still pissed off about it, whatever it was, but locked him inside a camper and lit it on fire. Killed 2 people. And it's crazy to think that someone you went to school with was capable of doing that. And 2, a lot of people I went to school with or friends with, a lot of them have been murdered around here or overdosed. So it's kind of like, it really puts things in perspective, especially when we all grew up together in a way. We're still somewhat young, but it's just crazy to hear something like that and how people that you would never think that of gets wrapped up in some crazy crap like that. It's just very, very surreal to me. So 7 hit and runs. Now, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure you know what hit and run means. Usually, you're driving, you hit somebody with your vehicle, and you take off. This happened to me a few years ago. I want to say it was probably 2011, between 2011 and 2013, somewhere in there. I was going to go bowling with some friends, meet some friends there, and I was in the right-hand lane, and this guy in a, I want to say it's probably an Explorer. Ford Explorer, all blacked out, tinted windows, everything, the loud bumping music. He comes over, I'm right next to him. I'm trying to get by him because I can kind of see he's swerving a little bit. So I try to speed up, but he lane changes anyway, sideswipes me, I spin out, and it's the middle of winter. It's probably 20 below zero. And I spin out, go up on the curb, my car dies, I'm stuck there stranded. I get out to try to confront him or just to see if he's okay. Not confront, I wasn't going to go fight him unless I had to. But I got out, I was going to walk over towards him. And as I'm getting out, I'm walking and he tries to run me over. So I had to dive out of the way again and he takes off. So I'm sitting there for a good hour and a half, 2 hours waiting for the police. Mind you, I was just at the gas station before this accident occurred, and these same cops that showed up on my scene were there at the gas station 5 minutes prior to this happening. It took them an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to where I was, and it was not even a mile away. So, me having a problem with the police around here is another story. I used to want to be a police officer. I still kind of do, but I wouldn't be one here, not because of the crime, but just because how they are. They don't take their job seriously. They don't, you're just an afterthought to them. It's like you are a nuisance to them. So, but yeah, hit and run, 7 of them. And then again, this is all within the last 72 hours, everything I'm reading to you. A lot of times the people that run away from the hit and runs because they had no insurance or they're wanted, or have no license. It's very annoying. You'd like to see once in a while just somebody have some class and some dignity and some, just, I don't know. I think a lot of these people are dropping their head nowadays in this world. So I don't know what you think you're doing or proving by hitting and running or killing somebody or shooting someone. What? What are you getting off of it, What are you getting from it? It's stupid. There's no reason for it. That's a lot of people nowadays, I think, in this world I have a problem with. They're a bunch of sissies. Now I'll use a quote from the movie Friday. Everyone sissy fights. It's easy to pick up a gun and shoot somebody. It takes a real man to fight with their fists. Like, what do you say? You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. So, that's neither here or there. That's just, I'm just, 16 weapon violations. That's pretty self-explanatory as well. Whether it be guns, knives, anything of that nature. We definitely do have a big gun problem around here. And this is probably as political as I'm going to get, guns aren't the problem, it's the people. The people are the problem. The people that are deranged enough to pick up the gun and shoot it at somebody and either, shoot to kill, shoot to intimidate, shoot to hurt. It doesn't matter. Like I've said in past episodes, a gun is not walking around by itself shooting people. You need the person to pull the trigger. Sorry, that's just how it is. So yeah, 16 weapon violations, and a lot of them are in schools around here. It's just so crazy. When I was in high school, I think we maybe had 1, maybe 2 at the most. All of my 4 years I was there. We went on lockdown. They got the dogs to sniff all the lockers, blah, 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 what have you. Nothing ever escalated, thank God. But just the fact knowing that you're going to school with somebody who has some intention of harming somebody, maybe, you don't know. So, a home invasion, 1 home invasion in the past 72 hours, and that's went down, I think, in my opinion, that number has gone down quite a bit, and I think one of the main reasons for that is concealed carry, which I'm pro concealed carry, I'm for it. And this is probably, again, the most political I'm going to get on this channel. I'm for concealed carry, and because of that, I think home invasion has gone down a lot because of it. It used to happen every other night, it seemed, and now just 1 in the past 72 hours. I think that's a good thing. I believe you have every right to shoot somebody who's breaking onto your property. It's just me. And if you're in a car, someone tried to carjack you, you have a right to shoot them. It's your property, you're defending it, you're defending yourself, you're protecting yourself. That's where I stay with that. Kidnapping, 1 in the past 72 hours. This has come down for a while, but now it seems like it's on the rise. There's a lot of kidnappings that happen, and I'm sure wherever you guys stay, you see that as well. These are happening left and right, and a lot of the times around here is from like a bad separation or something. Somebody can't get custody of the child, so they go to these extremes. And a lot of times it's not just a child they're kidnapping the mother or both. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's legal ways to go about it. And if you've burned that bridge with your baby mama or vice versa, baby daddy, then you guys need to act your age and come together and be adults and talk it out to work something out. It doesn't have to escalate to kidnapping or harming a child in any way. It makes no sense to me. So that's just where I stand on that. Again, my opinion. That might rub somebody out there the wrong way, but in a world nowadays where you could tie your shoes the wrong way and somebody's gonna get pissed off. So last but not least, there's been 3 aggravated batteries. I'm surprised that number is not higher within the past 72 hours. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I hear about it all the time. It just... Defend yourself. You have every right to protect yourself. You do. But a lot of these, I think, is because there's something else involved. Foul play, either alcohol, drugs, whatever. I have a big problem with people who run their mouths, whether it be female or male, it doesn't matter. You run your mouths, talk all this crap, like that person isn't going to do anything. You are insulting them, you're offending them, and if you take it to physicality, you're potentially hurting them. So when it's defense, self-defense, I'm for it, regardless of if she's beating him or he's beating her. Whoever's on the opposite end of that beating and they act like no one's above them, then that person has a right to defend themselves. And call the proper authorities to take care of the rest. But just to beat someone into a bloody pulp, to hospitalize someone, to try to really kill them or disable them, it doesn't... If it's male versus female, that's a big problem right there. You shouldn't physically be fighting each other. Arguing, that's different. Everyone argues, who doesn't? But when it comes to physicality, especially when it's a relationship, just walk away. It's ugly. It never ends well. And usually, both of you are going to jail. And if you have kids involved, why? Just stop. You don't want them to grow up seeing that and then think that's how it's supposed to be. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live their lives. This is obviously just my opinion, but I think something needs to be done. And in my area, my town, as harsh as this is to say, it's sad but true. I believe the way this, everything is, it's too late for my area. It's been getting worse and worse gradually every year, like I said. Change does need to happen, but violence isn't going to change it. We went from 150,000 population living in this area down to, I think it's 141,000 within the past 5 to 10 years. So that gives you somewhat of an idea of how bad the crime is. And it's not just crime that's driving people out, it's cost of living's getting way too high here. So it's just one person, one peon, one irrelevant person's opinion here on a YouTube channel. Small YouTube channel that no one will ever see. But I think I'm hoping me talking about this catches one of my fellow peers, ear, and just maybe we can start working towards something, make it better. Because I've been about ready to move out of here now for a while. I'm just getting so fed up. It's when you wake up every day constantly worrying about your friends or your family with whatever happens, you get to the point all right, I have to do something. I obviously can't go out there by myself and change the world, but bringing awareness to it maybe can get more people on my side. But that's not exactly what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to talk about this area and the crime, and just trying to reach out to somebody who feels the same way I do. You can't change the world, you can't change people's minds, and it comes to the point to where you're just fed up and you need to leave. But where do you go? The rest of the world is like this, But when you start fearing for your family and your friends, something really needs to be done. So, just a quick recap. 53 medical assists, 13 in progress persons, 7 hit and runs, 16 weapon violations, 1 home invasion, 1 kidnapping, and 3 aggravated batteries. Now, I'll be doing this again in the next 72 hours. I get all my information on a website locally here. They silence all the police scanners and radios, so they literally hide everything from the public. We have a right to know, which is another issue I have. We have a right to know what's going on in our city, our town, but yet they keep it from us, and they always cry out for our help. If you've seen this person, if you've seen this car, blah blah blah, if you know so and so, please give us a call. Why should we help you? You take what we deserve to know and you hide it from us. Why do we want to help you? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So I hope you guys like this. It's something different. Like I said, I know I'm probably going to offend somebody out there. It's probably going to get a bunch of dislikes, but I don't care. This is going to be something I'm going to be doing weekly. And if it just happens to be a slow week, then there'll be a shorter episode. But the way this town is, I expect these numbers next week to go up 1 or 2. There's always a steady incline of crime here. Steady, always. There's never any breaks. So, I'm Adam. I hope you guys like this. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Let me know what's going on in your areas and what you think you'd like to change. Or if you could, what would you change? Good night, guys.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.